So, dear Dhamma practitioners, keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. Gently close your eyes and focus your mind to this bell sound. So, while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. Do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So bring your attention to your body, please. And scan head to toes 3 times yourself and say, Sopatveva, or may I be well and happy. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we are spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, we're going to relax our body step by step. Following my words mentally, relax your body, please. Relax your head. Relax your forehead. Relax your eyebrows. Relax your eyes. Relax your ears. Relax your nose. Relax your upper lip. Relax your lower lip. Relax your chin. Relax your whole face muscles. Relax your teeth. Relax your tongue. Relax your mouth. Relax your throat. Relax your neck. Relax your shoulders. Relax your arms, elbow, forearms, palms, fingers, fingertips. Relax your back muscles and relax your spine. Relax your chest and relax your abdominal muscles. Relax your lungs. Relax your heart. Relax your liver. Relax your kidneys. Relax your gallbladder. Relax your pancreas. Relax your small intestine. Relax your large intestine. Relax your abdominal organs. Relax your bottom. Relax your thigh. Relax your knee. Relax your calf muscles. Relax your foot and relax your toes. Relax your whole body muscles, tendons, ligaments, bone marrows, and whole skeleton. And release the tension in your mind and keep relax your face muscles. So bring your attention to in front of your nose and your upper lip area. Deeply and gently breathing, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation of your inhalation, exhalation, please. So bring your attention to the sensation and just observe it. Through the sensation, recognize this is inhalation, this is exhalation. Do nothing extra. Just allow your inhalation, exhalations happen itself. Don't react to anything, just observe how it happened. Bring little bit more attention and follow the entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation. Knowingly, this is the beginning, this is the middle, this is the end of the inhalation or exhalation. Some inhalation exhalations may become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. Just recognize. Calming down your body, inhalation happens. Calming down your body, exhalation happens. Just observe and recognize. See what you experience as a sensation of the moment, what you experience as breathing. See how your awareness or recognition arising, persisting, vanishing moment by moment, followed by the sensation or the perception. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. Cultivate your mind with loving kindness and compassion. And expand it around your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars, reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light to your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward, and upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, one time there was a traveler. He went to Thailand and he saw a huge elephant close by the road in a very public place, close by the road, and tied it to a very little chain on his leg. And there was a little man sitting next to that elephant. And so this traveler went to this man and asked, "You don't afraid for this elephant? Look at this elephant. It's huge, but you just put a little chain on its leg." So this man told, "Don't worry, sir. When we found this elephant from the jungle as babies, the same chain we use still for today to tie them. That little elephant and get used to for that little elephant, it is so strong chain. But when the elephant become bigger, 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 from one kick, from one move, that elephant can break that chain. But elephant doesn't do it. Why? Because the elephant get used to the chain and the elephant little by little start to believe and accept it and get used to it. And then anymore, it forget its own strength and surrender to that little chain. So dear devotees, our life also the same. Mostly that if you look at your own life from morning to night, the way you behave, when you wake up, when before you go to sleep, maybe you set alarm. When you wake up, when the alarm ring, the same way you move your hand and the same way at the same time, mostly you stop your alarm. The same way you get out of your bed, the same way you keep your foot on the ground, the same way you walk to your bathroom, the same way you look at your mirror, the same way you take your toothbrush and put the toothpaste, and the same way that you brush your teeth, the same way you take the shower, and the same way, the same amount, the same cup, the same taste, your cup of tea or coffee, mostly same thing, your breakfast. So if you look at the day, we can go for the day, we can go for the week, we can go for the month and years, you will see. And the mostly, there is something inside you, as suppose as a current, as an energy, it's flow inside you. So invisibly, you caught up in that current. It is just not the habit. It is beyond the habit. So sometimes it can go beyond your life even. As example, just imagine your lifestyle now. If you die today, remember you're going to born exactly the way like you who you are. It's your same thing, same lifestyle. You're going to start wherever you going to become again. Just only the environment and only the little details going to change. But the core, the meaning or the source of this happening going to be the same. So if you don't look very carefully, this keep happening. So that's why when we observe inhalation, exhalation, look at that. Without any intention, look at how this body inhale, exhale itself. Be aware a little bit. And even when you drink cup of tea, once you take a sip of tea and see how it itself, it's a process, it's a pattern, it's go itself. And sometimes you eating and maybe you have no any idea how your hand go to your mouth. Why it happened like that way? And it's kind of like unconsciously something happening in you. Overall, we call this as life sometimes. When it comes to that, the whole life sometimes for some people, it is unconscious. It is just something happening to them. So the mostly we also part of that group sometimes. There are a lot of things happening to us. We don't see it. One of the reasons why we cannot see, because we have intention, we have idea to look something else. And because of that, we lose what is happening to us. And especially we caught up in the word called knowledge. It is so, we worship the knowledge. And it developed the hierarchy, it developed the classes, and it developed the society. And from child to elder, everybody from, kindergarten to universities, that people go and looking for wisdom, that the knowledge. And how far you have to go, there is no end. How many times you become as a human being, the knowledge whatever you can accumulate, it is unlimited. Another thing is that knowledge. So whatever you know depend on time, the space and environment. So within another 100 years, what will happen to the knowledge, what you know? It's going to change. So that doesn't mean you should know it, that you should not know it. You should know some knowledge, but remember, it is not your life. Look at the Buddha's time, that the Sunita, Sopaka, Angulimala, Rajumala, these little children to servant girls, so uneducated people in that society, but they attain to the enlightenment. So to attain into enlightenment, you should know that you don't need to know this everything. It's nothing to do with the knowledge. That's why this is available for anybody. This is available at any time. But it is your responsibility. It is your skill how you can tap into that. The mostly when you don't have the clear intention, or when you don't have the faith regarding it, still because mostly there are a lot of things we have to deal in this life. Why? Because we are the result of this entire huge sansaric journey. So ourselves, we accumulated a lot of mental formations. So we are dealing with that. And then sometimes when we look for the liberation or the salvation or the transformation ourselves, our own mental defilement, sanskara, from our own deeper root, that the roots hold it to greed, hatred, or the delusion, not allow us to become free from it. So, but still, you have one of the great technique that to develop, that is clear comprehension, awareness, or the samadhi. So once you able to come to that level, little by little, little by little, and you can slow down that all the this defilement or the sanskara, that whatever hold you into this sansara. So when it come to that, the one of the thing is you have to free your mind in that very moment. You have to get out of the knowledge base, or if you look for the information, you have to get out of that mentality, because that is a different kind of current you create around you. So this is more recognizing, understanding. For this you need the awareness within your own body, not within outside. But when it comes to the knowledge, mostly we'll go towards outside information. So the wisdom arises recognizing your inner experience. So then, rather than pondering to the outside world, you have to develop a method to look into inside you. What is happening within you? And maybe you cannot do it in the suddenly you cannot do it. And it no need to be perfect. Those are the most that the wrong understanding that we have. We have to be perfect and we have to do it 100%. No, do it as much as you can and start from that point. And mostly we always focus to the negations, what we cannot do. But sometimes there are a lot of things in you can do. So when we talk about the meditation, or one of the major complaint, suddenly most of people say, oh, I cannot sit. Oh, I don't have time. Or maybe in the future. So like that, we give negations, not nominally, there are some other possibilities that we can develop within ourselves. So if you don't do it, what will happen? You don't develop it. So then somewhere you need to start. So then start point, keep it as today in this very moment. No matter what, and no need to focus to what you cannot do. Don't go with the negations, and start to look into yourself and start with what you can. So from that point, so the inhalation, exhalation is the most available thing to you, and your bodily sensation, and observing the posture, and observing your own movements. So that is not a kind of like that puzzle that you have to fix that yourself. It is because it is who you are. It is just you are living. So recognizing that, observing little bit, when go with it little bit, rather than just repeating as a robot. This will help you to settle down yourself. Otherwise, like that elephant, what will happen? Even the little things become bigger, bigger, bigger by repetition and by repeating and by becoming a habit. And later it become our life. And then we be helpless. But the most important part, the help you can get out is the awareness. Remember that. That is the most powerful weapon for the human being. In any situation, from anything, you can get out when you develop the awareness. So, even though you maintain that your ordinary life, and at the same time, remember, you have to develop that your clarity, your awareness also. So that is why every day we trying to give some information to yourself to practice, because you have to do it yourself. So with that, remember, from birth to death, in between this, that whatever that you do, you get a help out of the chitta, chaitasika, rupa. Chitta means the consciousness. Chaitasika is mental factors. Rupa is this all the material things. So we manifest the life out of these three things. Chitta, Chaitasika, Rupa. Chitta means the consciousness. Chaitasika, mental factors. All the thoughts, good, bad, happy, angry, sad. So this everything. And the Rupa is the material. So when this all the Chitta, Chaitasika, Rupa not happening itself by alone. There is a nature, it always happen as a group. It get help something out of it. Even though it has an independent character, it always depend and get the help out of something. So the chitta the same, and the chaitasika the same, and the rupa the same. Consciousness the same, your awareness the same, and the mental factors that also the same. It need the help out of something, and the rupa the same. So this all the three faculties interconnected and get the help out of it. That is why you experience this life. So when it comes to the consciousness, there are two parts. Mainly, it's a one thing, but just to practice point of view, we have to divide it to parts: consciousness and subconsciousness. So this subconsciousness means under, beyond that what you experience in the moment, there is something underneath. Sometimes this is happening mostly in day-to-day life. Sometimes what we experience in the moment disconnect from that what is underneath it. So when it come to as example, when you like something, maybe there's some music you hear, beautiful, smell come, taste, sensation, or you see people. When that happen, what that the subconsciousness, that you sometimes you lose the connection with that, but mostly rather than the moment of your experience, your subconscious mind is so powerful. So when it comes to the consciousness, what you have to remember that the more rather than surface level of experience, your subconsciousness is kind of like a iceberg. So what you experience in the moment is a very little, but there is something underneath beyond what you experience. So little by little, when the mind become clear what happening, more than this outside experience, you start to see this underneath, the beyond the surface level, the what is happening. So the vipassana is another way that you directly access to recognize that. So that is what we call the truth. Another way to for the truth, there are many other definitions. But one thing is, when you recognize what is truth, that's mean what happening really inside you, that you're not going to become crazy regarding this moment of experience, and you not going to become kind of like so fascinated regarding this moment of experience. Why? Because you know it is happened as a result of your subconsciousness. So when it comes to this subconsciousness, there is always force or the current, energy, keep flow. That is what called the karma. It has a strong connection with the environment. That's why that the karma can wait till the opportunities come. So the environment bring the opportunities to bring this karma as a action. So the thing is this: when you do something, after you done it, and we think it is done. So when you look at the definition of the done, that in a very connotation of the done, you finish the action. But when it come to this deeper mechanism of the mind, when you done something, that is the start point of it. So remember now, in the surface level, in conventional life, when you done something, you think you finish it, you done it, over. But in your mind, in your mental mechanism, when you done something, that is the moment you giving a start to something else. So the thing is this: if you done something without knowingly what you start, what you begin, what will happen to you? See, that's our own actions, our bodily action, our verbal action, our mental action. Maybe we become so happy in the surface level thinking, oh, I am done it. But in deeper subconscious mind, it giving a start to something, and it start to flow underneath. And then what happened in the nature environment? Why? Because remember in the beginning I mentioned two or three things, that as the consciousness, mental factors, and the rupa. The rupa is this all the material. So I mentioned this consciousness, mental factors, and the environment or the material interconnected. It has a deeper relationship. It's not going to listen to you and me. It not going to listen to any boss. It listen to only the consciousness and the mental factors and the material. These all three things interconnected. They boss each other, not us, not you and me. So then you have to remember, if you don't know that what you start when you finish some work and what will happen deeply underneath silently, your karmic path start to flow. And then the environment start to develop something. And it develop and start to facilitate for the karma to manifest it. It result. So then you think, oh, I done something. And then the very next day, you start to experience something else suddenly. And then you don't know what happened. So sometimes, and in the workplace, you blame to somebody and then you fire that person and thinking, oh, I'm done it. That was my plan, I'm done. Then in the surface level, you think you done it. But in the subconscious mind, what happened? It starts something else. Then what happened? The next day, that person come with the gun and shoot. And look that all the incidents happen. You have to go and you have to look it in, because we every day talk why people happen this way, why people do this way, that way, like that. And when I look at that most case studies, that most of people got hurt out of uh, that people. And there are places, there are crazy people, they have no any reason, and they just take a gun and go and kill. And sometimes, and the children also have that mentality, because the no any video games for meditation, no any video games for generosity, no any video games for compassion, no any video games for sharing and caring. All the video games for what? you know the car games always to speed up, and the most of the games to kill. So the children grow up in that mentality, and everywhere when a situation come, you know and then this become very simple word now. So that's why, because in the surface level we think we just done something and it is over. No. So then you have to remember yourself. With each and every action, whatever you do, it's the when you do something, the intention that you hold, if you don't see, maybe surface level you think, oh, I done it, I over it. But underneath, it is start another journey. It is start to take you to different direction you may don't see. And the surface level you see, oh, everything good, I'm doing good. But underneath, what's happening? The entire nature respond to that intention. Why it happened to us like this way? It not happened by mistake. One thing is, it happened because of the not knowingly reason, because mostly we don't know that even though physically we do something, it and once we finish that action or the whatever things, it's going to be over. We don't know underneath there is something with our subconscious mind, there is something keep reacting. Why we don't know that? Because we are so into this outside world, looking for satisfaction with our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. Why it happened like that way? Because of the self-centered mind. It called avijja. I am here, this is me. I want to satisfy, I want to maintain myself. So with that, all the self-centered ideas, and with this me or the self, and we start to develop a life. And when the avidya is there, what happening? Then the tanha arises. Tanha means the desire, lust. So the lust mean that you develop a current, you develop a habit pattern to pull things towards you. See, now in that with your, remember that three things. All I want to repeat it again and again because that is the beginning. That's why it's called fundamentals. Consciousness, mental factors, and the material. You cannot separate that. It's all three interconnected deeply, each and every one. It's kind of like it called another way, the clusters come together, go together. It's like that way. So once you have the self-centered mind, and out of that the desire or the lust arise, when the lust is there, what happening? The intention, and that you have the self-centered mind, and then you have desire to pull things towards that self-centered mind, and that is where the karma start. And once the karma become the energy, the once the karma become the power, what happening? Even though surface level, that you, whatever you done underneath, it start to flow until it find opportunities, it gain opportunity. Maybe this life it can happen, and some karmas right away you gain the opportunities, and some karmas it take time. Maybe this life somewhere it get the opportunity, and some karma keep going beyond the life. See, that much it's powerful. Your one intention can go beyond your life, wherever you go, and it has power to create the environment to meet the opportunities. And some karmas, wait, and maybe before you attain into the nibbana, it will happen. And there are some karmas, by the time if you reach to a higher level, and this energy cannot catch you, so then it's going to become neutral. So that doesn't mean 100% that you it going to come to you. So the thing is, there's an opportunity for you. So whatever happened in the past, but you have to remember this. You should know that. And when it comes to the samadhi, the right understanding, the right view, the one of the thing that you have to remember, know the pattern, that recognize the karma, understanding the method of the karma. Because if you don't care about this, remember, you don't know what you manifest underneath you. If you don't know that, if you don't see it, you will never get out of it. So this is not something that the somebody doing, was it's something 100% happening there. This is the cause and effect. Then anybody have opportunity to get out of this. So what is the method? Seeing. Once you see it, that is the best solution for that. The once you see it, you know from that point, not today. Don't develop a preconditioned mind. That's not that. So develop a mind yourself, when whatever happened in that very moment, to take decisions. So when the situation come, according to that situation, learn to take decisions. So like that, when you able to see the karma, the when the mind becomes sharp and clear, what happened in the what is the skill you gain when you see, in that very moment you're going to recognize what you do, not today, not before you see. So then in day-to-day life, in conventional life, with the knowledge what we does, before we see something and we manifest it and we create it, but the mechanism of the mind is totally different. So to get out of the mind and clear the mind, so you have to first meet the opportunity. And when you meet the opportunity, you have to see it. Seeing that what you meet is itself become the solution to get out of it. Remember that mechanism. You have to meet the opportunity, and you meet the opportunity when you see that moment is itself become the solution to get out of it. Not developing a preconditioned mind and not developing kind of like a situation ahead and projecting something ahead and so on. In conventional life, it will work. It's not in conventional life, there are a lot of things work. It not only that preconditioned mind, not only the planning, not only the schedule, this everything work in the in this conventional life. People get the benefit out of it. But our purpose is not to have a kind of like this conventional life. Our purpose is to get out of this. So then, to get out of the conventional life, you cannot use that whatever the method you use to keep the conventional life. Just listen, just get it that very simple wisdom. If you want to get out of the conventional life, you cannot use that what you keep doing to maintain your conventional life. So what people keep doing, developing the schedule and developing the method, patterns and the preconditioned mind and think ahead and dreaming, projecting. So it's nothing wrong with that if you look for the conventional life. But if you want to get out of it, remember, don't use that. Then what you have to use? Use the method to see. Learn this, learn that as a profitable skill to see. See through your mind. So when you deeply see with your subconscious mind, what will happen? As I mentioned from the beginning, your consciousness, mental factors, and the material. These all three things together. When you see your consciousness, you can see your mental factors, you can see the material. And when you are able to come to that point, that is where you gain the clarity. So that wisdom is necessary to get out of anything. So even this conventional suffering and all these things, you have to come to recognize the truth. That is the bottom line. Just imagine, not knowingly truth. If you don't recognize the bottom line, just applying and covering this outside, it is not the right solution. So then maybe we practice meditation to become happy, get out of the stress, anxiety, depression, and to find the success and having a comfortable life. Nothing wrong. But just imagine, without seeing truth, if you come to a point to understand and happiness, how you know you really found the happiness? Maybe you want to get out of the anxiety, depression. Maybe you don't see the truth, and then you come to a point and say you feel so happy. Oh, I don't have any anxiety now. I don't have any depression now. Maybe that is the moment that you are in the real depression. Why? Because you don't know what is truth. So that is why this vipassana knowledge is the bottom line, the foundation for anything. The seeing the truth within yourself. And when you're able to understand that, remember, this conventional life, this material life, this karmic path, this everything going to be perfect for you. That is what the naturally happiness going to unfold to you, rather than looking, creating, finding something. Let it unfold. Let it come to you. But what you have to do, just start to find the truth. What is that? Just start to look what is happening within yourself, rather than doing things. Just observe a little bit yourself and recognize that what you feel and what is that feeling. When something happening to you, what is this happening? What else beyond that? What else beyond this moment? And that is where you're going to see your freedom is beyond your experience, not with the experience. But in the conventional life, we caught up in the illusion, thinking our freedom, our happiness, our satisfaction with the experience. That is where we caught up. But in the vipassana, you gain knowledge, your happiness, your freedom, your liberation, your success, not with the experience, it beyond the experience. When the day come for you to understand it, when the experience happen to you, you're not going to hold it to that, bound to it. Why? Because you know the freedom is not within it, freedom beyond it. So that is where your transformation happens. When the moment come for you, any single experience, if you experience, rather than holding, grasping, clinging to experience or the sensation or the moment, if you able to pass it without holding, you go to the other side of the world. So with that, I bless upon everyone. With this good practice, may all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatantarayo. Sukhi digayuko bhava ittavata chammihi sampadam punya sampadam. Sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya idammi punya kammang asavakkaya vaham hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Yes.